This is a red cedar tree. Been around for centuries. This. Look at the branches on this. Look how they come out, and look at that. Look at that, how that goes out and then goes all the way up there. They just sort of come out horizontal and then they shoot up to the sky looking for the light. Quite a big tree, this. Marvellous. This big tree is a good example of a Nordman fir tree. It's actually indigenous to, I think it's northeast Turkey. It's a Turkish tree. And as you can see, it grows nice and straight. Apparently they're very easy to grow, these. It's a good specimen for sure. Here we have an example of a European beech tree that's grown very large from the original sapling or whatever it was. See how it's split, gone into 2 trees, and then it's gone into 3, 4, 5 until it takes up all that space there. That's the beech tree. This is an example of a butternut tree. Apparently it got its name because a very sweet taste with it, and apparently they used to use it for making toffees. I never knew that before. So that is the butternut tree. You live and learn, don't you? Wonderful example. Here are some photographs that I took of a papaya tree. The papaya tree is a tropical fruit plant which bears the delicious papaya. The fruit is really a large berry, but it tastes absolutely delicious. It grows in tropical and subtropical regions of the world. This tree is the Arbor Vitae. That's a Latin name. It's a Japanese tree. It means tree of life because the leaves are evergreen. This tree is the Atlas cedar. In its small form, it's used for making bushes and hedges. actually a native of Africa. Comes from Africa, the Atlas Mountains in Africa. Here we have the English oak, which doesn't need any introduction really. The Latin name for it means strength, and it's believed that King Arthur's Round Table and the Mayflower were made out of English oak. All the ships used to be made out of oak. Hearts of Oak are our ships, and Jolly Tars are our men. So there you have the English oak. This tree is a monkey puzzle tree, recognisable by its leaves up there when you see them. They look a little bit like a puzzle, don't they? Here we have some photographs of a banyan tree. A banyan is actually a fig tree that begins its life as an epiphyte. An epiphyte is a plant that grows on another plant. In India, the banyan is the national tree, and it figures prominently in several Asian and Pacific religions and myths. This is the red oak tree. It's renowned for being used for making furniture. You make high-class furniture, you make flooring out of it and stuff like that. So that is the red oak tree. That's the English oak just in the distance, you can see. This is an example of the Lawson cypress. This is a native of Oregon in the United States. This is the Norway spruce, which originates in Bosnia. This is the Pacific yew tree. It grows all the way down the Pacific coast. Starts up in Alaska, they grow up there, and they work their way down the coast. This amazing tree is the rainbow eucalyptus. It usually lives in a rainforest. As you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful and stunning tree, and it can only be found in frost-free climates like Hawaii, Southern California, Texas and Florida. When I first encountered this tree, I was absolutely blown away by its beauty. It's there for all to see. This is the giant sequoia. A very, very long lasting tree this. Been known to grow for 3,500 years, and they reach huge sizes. This is the Dawn redwood tree. It's an unusual tree. It looks like an evergreen, but it's actually a coniferous tree that sheds its needles. There's some weird species. I used to know about coniferous deciduous trees as well, so it's very hard to classify them. But this is one of those unusual ones. It looks dead at the moment, and it's shed all its things. Apparently it has copper coloured needles as well, which are quite unusual. Be nice to see this in summer. Here we have an example of the Douglas fir. This is a huge tree. It's native to British Columbia in Canada. This is the grand fir tree, known in some circles as the stinky tree. It was used by First Nations people. They used to take the boughs and they used to put them in their residences and make it smell nice. And they also used to burn the pine cones for incense as well. So there you have it, the stinky tree, or the grand fir if you prefer its proper name.